Hello, friends. How are you? If you can hear me, then let me just make sure that everything is going okay and you can hear me okay. If you can't, then just drop it in the comments. But either way, hello and welcome to my Lunch and Live. I know it's been a little while since I've been on, but I thought, you know what? It's the last week of August, or it's the first week of September, and we're launching into like a whole new year. I feel like September is always like the beginning of a new time of like renewal and everything starting up again. It's a chance to make things happen, and I'm just excited to touch base with all of you guys and see what you guys are up to, do some long overdue updates and hellos, and also answer any questions that you guys might have. So I'll just get started. So first of all, welcome. If this is the first time you're joining me, my name is Karen Viloria-Miguel, owner and founder of Canada Bliss Handmade Crochet Hats and Accessories. And so basically today what I wanted to talk about was, first, if you haven't explored my channel, basically I talk about like creativity, crochet, hand making, and business. And I have a new workshop that's coming up. It's on September the 16th, and it'll be live, but it is a sign up workshop because I'll be diving really deep into things that you can do in your business. So if you're interested in that, then please go ahead and check out the link below, and it'll be in the description for this video when it's published, and you could check that out. And also, if you've been following me for a while and you're excited about this fall coming up and your business and you're stuck in anything, then feel free also to book a free strategy call with me. We can touch base if you need to speak to me about anything or you have any questions about something that's going on in your business. I'd be happy to help. So there's those quick beginning things. And so, the workshop as well. And so I hope everyone's fall is kind of off to a great start. I know technically we're not in fall because that's like the 22nd of September, right? But it's the end of summer. And even for myself, I'm kind of getting ready, my family, for school, and I'm excited. They're excited to be actually being able to go back into the classroom, and hopefully that holds well. I mean, we're up in Canada, and we all made a point to like become, immune, we vaccinated. So I don't impose that on anyone, but I mean, my kids have to go to school. So if they're going to be among others, then I just want to make it as safe as possible for them. So they are going to school, and I'm excited about that because if for anyone who has moms that go off to school, I work from home a lot of the time. And it's just kind of nice to have like a quiet area at home, honestly. Okay, I see people are logging in. Oh my gosh. Hello, Cherie. I missed you too. And Avis, hello. Thank you for joining me. I was just talking about how excited I am that we're all getting started back into school, and that my kids and my husband will be working back in the workplace. And what person who works from home isn't kind of excited about that? You get the house back to yourself. I'm excited about that. Just me and my pug. I mean, I am excited about taking like morning walks. Tell me if your kids are going back to school, if you're going to enjoy the quietness and the opportunity to actually have a clean house during the day that's tidy and not full of like everybody's activities. I have to admit, I'm kind of looking forward to that. So, and yeah, but thank you so much for joining in, everybody. I've missed you guys. So it's just been so busy, and I know you can relate if you've got kids and if you're also running a business and or working a full-time job at the same time. I know you guys all can relate. But anyway, it was long overdue that we do some updates and some hellos. First of all, we're going to chat today about some fun stuff. We're going to talk about, I'll update you on what's been happening with some of my own business stuff as well. I'll be talking about my latest video, a little bit more about my latest video. If you haven't already checked it out, then it's live. It's this one here. 5 rookie mistakes. Here, I'll put the thing up again. I know the thumbnail's kind of funny. But anyway, my kids helped me pick that one. But if you check that out, we'll be talking about that. But first of all, I've got some happy mail to open. And I was hoping she was already logged on already. You all know her, Creative Care Corner. Hey, Lucky. It's good to see you. Let me do some shout outs. Lucky, where are you chiming in from today? And then Avis, hello, my dear. Thank you for being able to hop on. And Cherie from yours truly, Rose. Oh, I missed you too, my dear. I miss all of you so much. Let's see what's up with you guys. My daughter went back to school last week and the class is now in quarantine, so I'm home with her. Oh no. Okay. Yeah, that's what I'm kind of worried about, that might happen. But we all try and do our best for our kids and send them in so they can socialize a bit, see everybody, show their new outfit and their new haircut. And then if they have to come back home, we're in the fourth wave too. So if it's going to stick, it's going to stick. If not, we move, we go forward. And this week, this month has all about like, we go forward, like whatever we're dealt with, you know what I mean? Like life really, it's truly like a deck of cards. Like you get what you get, you play the cards you have, anyway. But anyway, I got some happy mail. I want to show you who's contributed to our Granny Square Dream Project. I know it's summertime, so this is coming around. Not too many people, I guess, over the summer while they're like trying to enjoy the weather, have a chance to maybe crochet as much. But I know that those of you who own businesses, you are probably like getting ready for your busy sales period. But anyway, I got to thank Chantel Parson. She is our dear friend from Creative Care Corner. And she sent me these contributions for the Dreamcoat project. But let me share with you too. She sent some really cute things. First of all, she sent these granny squares. Oh, they're just beautiful. Look at that. And she put little bows with her intention there. Now I'll read I'm not going to read the intentions because I know they are somewhat personal, but she did send, they're so cute. I just love this coral. This is the coral granny square. It's like, it always matches what I'm wearing. And I literally just opened this today. And then I also have this one. I love this red. This is a hot red. If you're trying to choose shades for your line this coming season, this one is always like, bam, that's a good color. And also, I always love burgundy, whether or not it's a hot color for the fall. I always make things in burgundy. So that's a little tidbit there. And she also sent me a little note, words from my family. This is from her church. So pretty. And it says, thank you. Make them smile. Well done. Make them leap for joy. Thank you. Make them happy. It's not your fault. Console them. Good job. Recognizes their efforts. I'm sorry. Eases their pain. No worries. It's going to be all right. Makes them feel lighter. It's okay. It happens is better than giving advice. I'm proud of you. Makes them shine. And I love you. Never fails. What pretty messages there. Oh, it's too bright. But anyway, these are the messages on the card. And then she sent this handmade card. Isn't that sweet? And then she said, thank you for building the community. And then said she'll be watching the videos. So if you haven't checked her out, I'll share my screen so that you could see her Instagram. Share screen. Share. I should have set this up earlier, but let me just do this right now. There we go. Where is Chantel? Chantel, this is Creative Care Corner. I asked to follow her. I'm starting, for those of you who've been following me for a while, I'm kind of like starting over again with this Instagram stuff. So I requested to follow her. And she also has her own personal Facebook group. I tried to see if she had a link to a shop or anything, because I would have loved to show it, but I don't have any of that. Maybe she has an Etsy shop or something, but I'll be sure that if she shares that with me, I will share it all with you. So anyhow, there's that. And back to updates. So I just literally, like I just shared with you, like my Instagram, which I told you guys that I am rebuilding. So there's an interesting little story about this, as you can see here. There's an interesting story that this continues with. And I told you all that, like, I really don't like dwelling in things that I can't control. That's why I didn't really want to focus on like my Instagram account being hacked and deleted and all that sort of thing, because I just hate that people have any kind of bad intentions, you know? Oh, hey, Yvette. How are you, my dear? Oh, I forgot to mention, too, we are fellow Canadian Chantel. She's from Edmonton. So I've got some Canadian friends that are here that I wanted to shout out for with. And Yvette, I mentioned you, Yvette, to my friend Nadia Lloyd. Did you check out the Toronto Art Crawl and Craft Show? Did you apply? I hope you checked it out. But anyway, as I was saying, I was talking about my Instagram situation, and it's interesting. And I'll just tell you about this because I didn't plan on talking about it again, but a friend of mine logged on and she was like, I can't believe your account was hacked, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, yeah, well, it's okay. I'm going to look forward to, I've already started like looking up my old photos that I had posted. I'm looking forward to sharing them again as throwbacks and like, you know, memories and stuff like that with my new stuff, like my line and anything that's up with me. But yeah, and then she's like, oh, you know, you should try and get verified. And I'm just like, oh, okay, yeah. And I think I've tried to get Canada Bliss verified, but it's just kind of like one of those things you throw spaghetti at and you hope it sticks. But I was like, okay, well, literally at the time I had like 200 followers. So I was like, I don't know how, like, I'll submit. It's worth the try. I've already tried everything, but either way, I'll just do this once and then I'll continue on with all my fall preparation for other stuff because we all know we have stuff to do, right? But anyway, I submitted it and it was quite easy. And I'll probably shoot a video if anyone's interested in the whole process. Honestly, this isn't like a how to get verified and all that sort of thing. But there's just one form and you literally log onto your phone. And if you have a business account, it says, apply for verification or something like that. I should look up on the phone what exactly it says, but it asks you if you want to apply for verification, and then you fill out a form. So basically you just put your name, if you have a company, your company name, what you're known by. So I put Karen Miguel and Karen Viloria-Miguel, or I put Karen V. Miguel actually, and then Karen Viloria-Miguel, because my legal name is Karen Viloria, but for children, like for my kids, I always hyphenated so they know that when I call the school, they know it's me. So that's that. And then then they ask you your most recent like things in the press or media. So I put my the Olympic article that was recently published about me and about Canada Bliss and Yvette. And then I put my website and my Facebook, and then what else? Oh, my website, my Facebook. And then I think a TV coverage that I had before, and I'm not sure if I put a radio coverage, but anyway, so I put that in because apparently they like to know if you've been in the press. So if you're thinking about verifying yourself, then if you have recent stuff about you in the press, then put it out there. I'm not sure that blogs have as much weight as like press, but if anybody voluntarily contacted you or did an interview or wrote you up or interview, like anything like that, then they like to know that. So they link it. And then I watched a video that said that they have like third parties that are in the media that check you out on Google and all that sort of thing. So Google yourself, see what they're going to come up with. And so I submitted that stuff. And then literally the next day, I got verified, like the next day. So I didn't even realize I was verified because like I'm barely checking my Instagram now. I thought I was just focusing on like YouTube, my business, and moving forward. And then but I hopped on because I was going to post a story, and then my friend and she's a longtime customer of mine too. She's like, oh, I'm so happy you got verified. And I was like, huh? And then I scrolled down in my comments, and I got a note from Instagram. They're like, you have been verified, blah, blah, blah. So I went onto my daughter's phone and I checked out my profile, and there was that little blue dot. Yes, I have that blue dot now. And so I was like, oh my gosh. So I told my husband and my son and my daughter, I told them, oh, look, I got verified. And they're like, what is that? And I'm like, well, you get it. And then people know you're verified. You're like officially, the person who owns this account. And then they're like, do you get money? And I'm like, no. Honestly, then when you think about it, it's kind of like people would understand it. It's really like street credibility, I guess, and notability. And it's the I was reading more about it, and it's so that you, like, anybody who has this blue dot, like, can't easily be impersonated. So I was like, okay, good, because they're probably trying to protect me from this hacking situation. I hope to think that that's why they're helping me. I think it's because, like, they felt sorry for me that I lost my account. So they were like, let's send her a pity check mark. But so that's what happened. I got a little check mark, and now we just move on. So if you haven't already followed me on Instagram, I'm the one with the check mark. Okay. So that's me. And let's see here. That's what happened. Is there? Oh yeah, it's kind of like the silver play button. I don't have that, but it's like, you get excited when you get it. Like, who wouldn't love a YouTube silver play button if you're a creator, right? It's such an accomplishment. But anyhow, because I'm actually happy I have this check, because it was the only other way. One thing, I was like, okay, I could still run a business. That's the reason I activated this new account, or like this account I created when I started YouTube, because I wanted there to be like a same account by the same name. And I pretty much used it for teaching. Whenever I taught in town, I would take pictures of my students, and then we'd socialize. And I'm like, okay, if you want to see your picture, go ahead and log on to Viloria-Miguel. And luckily I had that account to switch over to, because then I was still able to push out product information. And it was somewhere for Yvette to link during the Olympics, because I didn't have anywhere to link my Shopify account, because you need a business account. And because it disappeared at the time of the launch, I didn't have anywhere to link. And at least you can link products when you have less than 10,000 followers. But one thing I did miss when I was doing the campaign was like, oh man, the only thing I miss is the swipe up feature. Like, that is the only thing I really miss. But the swipe up feature, I would just create a product. Instead of the swipe up feature, I would create a product sticker on Instagram. If this doesn't make sense to any of you, then just drop me in the comments and I'll do a video on how to make stickers. And so I thought, okay, I could do the same thing I was doing with swipe ups with stickers. And so, but then I realized that if you get verified, you can get swipe up. But then literally this week, Instagram changed the swipe up feature, and you can only link to an outside website using a sticker. So they created an even newer sticker, not just the product sticker, but the link sticker, and you can use this link to sticker. So you can link to your blog, you can link to, I don't know, anything. Like if you have someone you want to help promote, or friends that you'd like to shout out, then you can now use this link sticker if you have 10,000 followers or if you're verified. So now I have that. And then they took away the swipe up feature. So if you have 10,000 followers, you're wondering when that swipe up feature went, it's gone. You can't do that anymore. But some people say they like it because you can put that like little sticker anywhere you want on your stories. Frankly, I kind of liked the swipe up because it didn't like clog up the picture, but I might feel differently in the future. You can tap the sticker so that eventually it's see-through, but you don't get that little arrow that goes like see more anymore. So I really did kind of like it, because if you make the sticker see-through, no one's going to click on it. But if you make it white so people see it, then it that's a place in your story that kind of like might wreck your aesthetic. Because I've been posting my fall stuff already, and some of the pictures are serene, very serene looking, and I feel like the sticker is just like, I don't like the little white sticker, but it's okay. Well, I'll get used to it, right? Maybe there's a better way to do this. We shall see. So anyhow, that's how I got my 200 follower Instagram account verified. I actually looked up what is the smallest account that can get verified? Because I'm like, this is like, people are going to think this is fake because I only have like a couple hundred followers. But anyway, that just blows my mind. And I'm not going to like look a gift horse in the mouth. I am totally grateful. Like I'm grateful that there are people who are still willing to help other people out in business, and like that I was granted this, I suppose, this nice privilege that they're like, this is the official account. So there's that. And anyway, oh, it looks like I have a few people logging on here. Let me just make sure I caught up. Creative Care Corner! Hi everyone, happy lunch and live. Hello, Chantel. Did you see the part? Were you here when I opened the Happy Mail and your squares? This is Chantel's Creative Care Corner. I shared the card. I read the card. So if you missed that, Chantel, you got to go back and the tape-in one and watch it. And but anyway, that was before I dove right into like what happened with everything. So welcome. I'm so glad you're here. And let's just see what everybody's chirping in here. Yes, you need to try. It's always worth trying. So you need to look on, but you know what? In terms of verification, I know, like, if you're curious about that, let me know. But from what I understand, like, there are different people who blog about getting verified and that sort of thing. But people say that if you're like, you have a lot of followers on Instagram, that it almost is like they are looking more off of Instagram than on Instagram to see your notability. Oops, sorry. So yeah, so if you're looking to get verified, make sure that you have your links to actual press coverage. So, because they're going to look for you more on Google than on Instagram. Just keep that in mind. So, so if you're looking at like, okay, I'll apply when I have like 1,000 followers or whatever, like, apparently you can get the sticker even if you only have a few followers. You just have to be, I guess, somebody that might be impersonated. That's what they say. But anyhow, yes, stickers. You need to check out these stickers. I do a little bit of stickers on how to make a shoppable Instagram story. It's one of my videos. Totally check it out, okay? Look it up, because it does show you how to convert your account to a business account, and then how to make a sticker on your Instagram story. And now it's a little bit outdated because I don't even touch on swipe up, but it shows how to link your product. So once you get onto a linkable platform that Instagram integrates with, then you can use these stickers to link to your products. Totally. Oh yes, take a look at that. So go back into the video when you get a chance and take a look at where I did share it. So friends, yes, that's a little bit of an update for me. Now, that's why I think, if you haven't checked out my newest video, it's about me making mistakes as a rookie. And I thought, I hope people don't think I have like a glib outlook or anything, because really, I think in terms of today's live, I really just wanted to focus on making lemons out of lemonade, because I truly feel totally optimistic about going into the fall. I keep reading that people are excited about shopping this coming fall. I don't know if that's entirely true, but I'm just excited about, like, when I have to start posting on my new Instagram account, I actually get excited about, some of my images, because I actually look back and I'm like, wow, like I did that. That was fun. Oh, I remember that time, and that I remember meeting that person, and I feel happy because it was a lot of sharing of joyful moments. So I'm looking forward to like looking at those pictures and like sharing them again. So anyhow, that is like making lemons out of lemonade. And in terms of like, the cool thing about mistakes is that, you don't know you're making them until like after it's come to pass. So you have like the big mistakes, and you have like little mistakes, like, oops, I shouldn't have like ran that stop sign or whatever. But then you have long mistakes sometimes where it's just like, I'm not sure if this business idea is working out, So it's just, the nice thing about mistakes though is it's always an opportunity to grow from it. It's just, you have to kind of recognize when one has been made and not beat yourself up over it, and then just kind of move on from it. I know this seems like an obvious thing, but like I was just reflecting on some of those things because so now it's social media can be kind of tricky when it comes to like Instagram stuff because it's great for forming community, but it is bad for like trollers and negative comments, and it's just so hard to like steer clear of letting the negativity like affect you, especially when you do make a mistake, because like you could feel bad about it. I feel like I'm kind of going all over the place, and I apologize for this, but that, yeah, like this whole Instagram thing, and then reflecting on how I can improve and how I can help people improve. It's, yeah, like a lot of it has to do with not like beating yourself up. Hello, Indigo Star. Thank God it's Friday, right? I know that we probably don't have a lot of people who are able to log on today because, it's the first week of September. The people in the US, you probably have kids in school, but my kids are starting after Labor Day. That's how it pretty much is for most of Canada and that sort of thing. But anyhow, that is basically what I wanted to mention. Now, learning, like now I'm going to dive into the lessons I learned from making mistakes. So I know it's like mistakes. She's talking about mistakes. Let's just keep going with this. It's a lunch and live. So we'll look, because I really want to focus on new beginnings. So let's cleanse like the thoughts about mistakes that we can. Okay, here we go. So here's what, let me see. In terms of like approaching how you overcome a mistake, drop in the comments how you approach like errors that you made. Because I know that when I make an error of some sort, like say, if you watch my video, there's one part where I tell everyone how I hired a bad contractor. And Rosa, if you are watching it, it has nothing to do with crocheters. This was someone I hired to build something, and I thought the guy was trustworthy, and then something happened. You'll have to watch the video to get the full story about it. But then realizing that it was a mistake to hire this fellow, like a big one, then how can you reflect and not feel terrible about what bad mistakes that you did make? And what I do is I look at the problem, and then I try not to judge or blame myself. And that's super hard because I see people sometimes who ruminate about mistakes that they've made, and then in getting stuck in that, they have a hard time clearing the path to be able to move forward. And this is basically the hardest thing about making mistakes, because but if you think about it, I read something where it was saying, like, if you ever want to have courage to move forward, the way to the way to gain courage is through competency. And that's like, I was like, oh, that's like so like it's so thoughtful, this insightfulness. So I thought, okay, what does that really mean? And it's true when you think about it. If you make a mistake, the only way it becomes a stupid mistake is if you never learn from it. So, and how do you learn from it and grow from it? To increase your competency in whatever you do, right? And that also increases your confidence, because then you develop the certainty that you can do something. Now I'm going to relate this to something specific. So I'll relate it to something like, okay, I'm going to eventually relate it to starting a business, but okay, let's start with that. If you start a business, most people get scared of getting into a business because they're like, oh no, I haven't done that. And then they get stuck in the planning process, the niching down process. And then they just don't move forward. So how do you get past that? You increase your competency in the area that you feel uncertain about. And how do you know that you're moving forward? Think about it. Think about making soup, for example. You know how to make soup, right? If someone said, hey, mom, can I have some soup? You're like, yeah. Or if someone, think about the favorite dish you can make, like bang on, like something you know how to cook. Like if someone asks you to make it, oh, it's going to taste good, right? Think about that. You have no uncertainty. If someone asks you to make that, there's no uncertainty to you that it's not going to be good. You make it up, you serve it, everybody likes it, right? if you could transfer that feeling to the competency that you want to feel good about, then you know the direction that you want to feel and do in order to gain the courage to be good at that thing. So for example, you're like, oh my gosh, I don't know how to choose good suppliers. Fine. It's you haven't done it. Of course you don't feel competent at it, but if you learn the best thing to do to in order to like increase your competency is like it's just basically obvious. Find a mentor. Find somebody you observe that has done what you want to do and emulate them. And then iterate what they're doing and then reiterate it for yourself. If you have to mold it so it suits you better, that's what you have to do. Use a good example, because that's what we do. It's the recipe. When you're making a good soup, you use a good recipe. When you're trying to build your business, you use a good example. And also, if you need to take courses or you have to build your skills, that's what you do. You look up information as a foundation for what you're trying to do well, and then you build on that, right? And then eventually it ends up like things like this. Remember the day you didn't know how to make a granny square, and now you know you can like whip off 50 of these if you want, and they're all going to look great and uniform, and they're always going to be good. That's the thing. Now, how do you feel comfortable with that? So think about, this is what I do. I think about things that I'm certain I'm good at. I know that when I was working in human resources, I knew I was good at helping people in their education, work, and career. So, and I had a knack for also kind of having an idea when this person was going to be able to develop well enough to go into the next stage of where they wanted to go. Because a lot of people would approach me and they'd be like, I want to do this next in my career at this company. And I'd be like, okay. And I'd look at where they were and I'd have an idea and I would help guide them. But the one point when it would go awry was when they strangle the situation with pressure to rush it, or they get anxious to try and get there before they built their competency up to get there, right? But I always knew I had a certainty when they could do something or when it was like really within their grasp. So you need to do kind of the same for yourself if there's something you want to build a competency in. So visualize, like if you meditate or pray, when you feel completely at peace and like really good and like solid and centered, do it then. Think about something you feel certain and good about. Like I'm really good at, making headbands. And you want to get good at, say, I don't know, making hats. Then you could, then you picture that's feeling that certainty and the end result of your product, and you kind of place that feeling in the new thing. And then you have to literally imagine yourself doing it well. Okay. And transfer the kudos you've gotten for the thing you do well to that feeling, because you're entirely capable of achieving that. And it could be more complex things like I don't know if I can figure out the technology enough to create my website. Well, picture yourself like with the beautiful website in front of you, and you're like, I made that. I was able to make all of the images and put all of the things together so that this website looks beautiful, and then create that certainty. I know it seems silly, but of how people are like, Mom, that soup was great, over to that is a beautiful website. And then just feel it, because that once you add the recipe of the parts that go into that, say, website, it's going to come together. And you could always tweak it, just like how you tweak your favorite recipe, right? So anyhow, that's one method I use to kind of like bring myself into centeredness and approach difficult things that you really would like to get good at. And you got to do that bit by bit. Don't try and take on too much, but always be moving forward. So that is like how we can overcome mistakes and build our competencies to gain the courage to do the new things that we want to get really good at. I hope that helps some of you. But anyhow, let me just make sure that I have, oh, look, let's see here. Hi, Jojo. Okay. Can I tell you, like, I think I've pretty much shared what I really wanted to get out to you in the live today. But if you guys are chirping in, I just wanted to say, Jojo, if you haven't watched Jojo's channel, you have to watch it because I started binge watching her Addie Express videos. And they're so, like, I'm addicted now. I want an Addie. Who here has an Addie? If you've got one, I'm already jealous because I'm determined to get one this month. So I'm gonna, like, I wasn't to purchase, I was planning on making, they're kind of expensive, but I am going to, like, set money aside because I really, really want one. If you've got one, I think it's amazing. I think blame is a factor to overcome, but I agree, mistakes are opportunities to learn from. They're absolutely good to learn from. That was horrible with your experience. Kind of scary. It was. Cherie is referring to my experience on my mistakes video. So if you haven't seen the mistakes video, let me just pop it up here really quick. Yeah, the mistakes video that I made, there was an incident with a contractor. And honestly, it's probably one of the most dangerous situations that I plan to ever purposely put myself into, where I'm, like, going to visit a felon that I don't know that well and has actually taken something. Oh my gosh, that was, like, crazy. You have both sizes? I'm jealous. I am. I want an Addie Express. I think I'm going to go with the king size first. And then I was actually thinking about buying both at the same time. I'm like, do I save up to buy both at the same time? Or do I kind of, like, get the big one and then get the little one? Because there is a deal on Amazon for Amazon.ca for Canada where you can get both. So let me know if you think I should get both, because it'd be cool to do the mittens, right? Let's see. Mistake video was a great one and scary. It was scary because it's like, oh my gosh, like, it was a lot about, like, not knowing the different ways that these things can happen. Like, you don't think you would get those things happening, have those things happening to you. Yes, start with the king size. Okay. I trust Jojo because she has done so many videos on this, and you can, I'm sorry, I'm itching a lot, but you can count on that I'll probably be messaging her asking how to do certain things. But there are, like, top patterns that I really hope to do first. So as soon as I get it, I can't wait to get it. Okay, here's a question for you guys. If you have an Addie, because literally this morning I was like, I want this Addie so bad and I don't want to have to save up for it. I wonder if I should just get the Centro first, and then if I really like it, get the Addie. Chirp in if you think that should happen. Let me think what you think about that. Is there anyone who got the Addie and was just like, I returned it, I never used it? So Elizabeth, okay, you got the king size first. Oh, you order it. Oh, you order? Yes, I order it. It's on Amazon. That's the only place I could find it. I was trying to order it direct. It comes from Germany. So I'm trying to find a way to, and I even looked in stores across Canada to see if there's any way I could pick it up. And the only place I found, I'm not even sure if it's in the Toronto area. So it was a little bit more than on Amazon.ca, and I already have Prime. So I'm going to trust it and get the new, get it when I order it. Oh, look, I got another follower on my Instagram. See, it's so easy to see now because I only have a few followers. That's okay. Like, but I love each and every one of them. You know what? Like, I have to go back and tell you that I like having a small Instagram account. I'm not trying to, like, sound ungrateful for the accomplishments I've done in my business over the last 7 years, but I'm not sure I was ever that comfortable, and I shouldn't, I'm going to be honest. I'm not sure I was ever that comfortable with having so many followers. I mean, I would love it on YouTube because I know I'm really building that tribe, but it feels like with Instagram, like, anybody and everybody just hops on and then they follow if you have a lot of followers, and then you end up with, like, strange, unusual followers. And I'm just wondering if the whole hacking thing didn't come about from that. You know what I mean? And I don't want to wonder or think ill of anything, any situation, but honestly, I like the smaller community, just like this community, because I get to interact with everybody. And I know that you love crochet, you love fashion. That's one of the two types of people who usually will follow my Instagram account, and I absolutely love that. It's kind of like, which do you like more, throwing a house party, like when you like a when you were young, if you threw like a huge house party, or would you rather have a dinner party? Like, I'm a dinner party type, even like in terms of like very close friends. I have very few, but I just love intimate settings like this. That's why I love my lives. So anyhow, that is a little aside, and that's what these lives are for, like kind of talking about whatever you like. Yes, Instagram's a little weird for people like that. People with just numbers for usernames and stuff. Yeah. And I have to admit, like, at the 25,000 follower mark, I have to admit, like, I would hop onto my follows and remove weird looking ones. And I didn't know how to, like, I'm not a huge company where I have like this social media staff who like can hop on, like being, Saks Fifth Avenue or something like that. I was making sure legit people were trying to follow me all on my own, but sometimes it gets a little bit creepy. Just like that time that we were on a live and we got trolled. That was weird, but I think that's something we kind of have to get used, like we all have to get used to. Jojo, I'd be curious to know, like, do you get trolled too? I like it to be close to me too. That's why I like these lives, because they're good. They're to know who you're talking to. Dinner party for sure. I love dinner parties, and that's why I'm glad the restrictions are letting up a bit, because I'm a dinner party gal all the time. Okay, does Addie make different stitches? No, it, like, from what I see, Addie will knit, but there's different ways to modify the basic stitch from what all the videos I'm learned. Look, I'm like talking like an expert, like I have an Addie, but I learned from Jojo's video that you can like release stitches and then do cool things in between. And my thoughts are that, like, I always wanted to be able to knit some things so that I could crochet other things onto it. So that's my plan, really. And also I'd love to do like just simple hats that I could do for people who just want to make simple hats and headbands and that sort of thing. So that is why I like it. Jojo, I'll bet you that you would have a really fun live. So like we will all hop on, because it gets really fun doing these things. Oh wait. So different stitches. Now she says Centro 48 is wide enough for a men's hat. Yeah, that's the thing, that you can't adjust the circumference of a hat. That's the thing I love about crochet. Like, if you start band up, you can always, even if you start top down, you could always like adjust the end width of the hat that you're going to end up with. But with the Centro, once you end up with the gauge, once you have the yarn, that's the gauge you end up with. But let's see here. I got a message yesterday from someone on Instagram. It was just, how are you? It was weird. Yeah, you get those things. But then you think, there are some people out there who also are very like, they're kind of lonely, right? And you kind of feel bad. But then at the same time, if you're a woman, you also don't want to put yourself in danger. So just, you got to be cautious. That's why I was like very cautious too about getting like a post office box. We should talk about like internet safety in some of these videos, because as women, we have to make sure that we're okay, and but in terms of the Addie, okay, I will get the Addie King first, and then I've seen comparison videos between Addie and the Centro. Now, one thing I was curious about, if for those of you who have a Centro, I hear problems with the mount. The mount is like hard to look at. This as a Q&A. It's me asking you guys questions, but the mount doesn't stay very well. How do you mount it so it's stronger if I end up getting the if you end up getting the Centro. I'm curious about that. I agree on the internet safety topic. Yes, there's probably better ways that for me to be more internet safe. But I mean, what do you do when it's just you managing your own accounts and building your own business? Okay, from Jojo. So I'm talking about two things, internet safety and the Addy Express. Prim 44 is a good machine too. Is it sturdy like the Addy? Like, is it like it looks like the Addy is just smoother. Like the parts are more uh like what's a good word for it? They were just more sturdy, and it sounds like the quality of the plastic is much better. But I also think in reading reviews, it sounds like it's a toss up on whether or not you'll end up with a defective one, which that worries me. Like, I just don't want to end up going through all the trouble spending that money and then it's defective or it starts like, oh, thank you, fluid. Good word. Yes, it's more fluid and the parts are more like substantial or like higher quality. So, okay, there's no question about it. I think I will continue to save for the Centro. And if you have any advice for me before I make this purchase, because I'll probably do it sometime in September, then let me know. And then we could, what would be fun, Jojo? I'm always thinking of like ideas for people's businesses. Wouldn't it be fun to do like an Addie along, like a crochet along? There's probably this out there already. If you guys are like, we already do this, then my apologies. But wouldn't it be fun to all do like an Addie along video or like a crochet along? That would be fun, because then for me as a new Addie person, then I'd be able to learn from those of you who have like awesome skills already, because I'm looking to make these things. That would be super fun. Yes. Okay. Well, I'm going to put it out there then that I am looking to get an Addie. And what I'm going to do too is, if you guys, what I feel like doing? This is like totally off the cuff, because I'm going to buy mine on Amazon, my favorite place to shop. And I hope that whatever you have in your inbox in your Amazon is something that you're going to be able to get to. So I'm going to do a little gratitude giveaway, and I'm going to give away a $5 Amazon gift card. Okay. So let's just say that if you type in the comments, hashtag Addie, hashtag Addie, I'm going to pick somebody to send a $5 gift card to you, because as I'm saving up, I want to send some gratitude out to you guys. And hopefully you can get the things that you're saving up for in your Amazon your Amazon carts too. So go ahead and drop it in the comments. Hello. Oh, hello, Sylvia. We missed you. We missed you, my dear. Okay, Sylvia, go ahead and drop in the comments, hashtag Addie. Put the hashtag in front. It's ADDI, because I'm saving up for an Addie. So I want to do a giveaway to you guys so that something in your inbox can be fulfilled one day. I'll put a drop in the bucket too, anything that you're saving up for. Okay, this is like off the cuff. Why not? This is so much fun. It makes me feel good when we get to do things like this. I'm just letting you know ahead of time that I really have to pop off after we do the giveaway, because I have to run more errands to get my kids ready for school and I have an appointment. So I'm going to do this. Let's see. I am on my cell. The hashtag is easy to find. Jojo, you are so sweet. You are so sweet. Oh my gosh, you make me chuckle all the time. Okay. Let's see. I'm going to bring up my like giveaway tool. Okay. And then I'm going to keep going, guys. If you haven't typed in your hashtag Addie, you got to drop that in the comments, because we're giving away an Amazon card today. I love Amazon, and I'm not even telling you to use an Amazon link of mine. I'm addicted to Amazon. Like, who isn't when we're stuck inside of our homes during all of these lockdowns, right? Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and draw the Addie thing here. Hashtag Addie, draw. Who's gonna be the winner of a drop in the bucket? I know I'm a huge Amazon fan. Me 2. Who's gonna? Creative Care Corner! That's so sweet. You send me something. I send you something. Oops, I dropped the card. Let me just pick that up. Oh my gosh. Talk about karma, right? Oh my gosh. Congratulations, Chantal. Oh, I love that. Let's all greet Chantal a big congratulations. And let's all also like send out some happy vibes to each other. I am wishing you all a wonderful like September startup. I'm hoping that all your plans for this coming fall, for whatever you're planning on doing on your business, your creations, for your school and your work are amazing. I want you to have like all the abundance in the world, and I have you like achieve everything that you'd like. So stay tuned for upcoming videos. I still have like more coming. Oh, and if you haven't signed up for my workshop and you would like to learn more about niche and marketing for your handmade business, then don't forget to click and sign on up. And yeah, oh, and don't forget to follow me on Instagram, because I will know it's you, because I have a nice little intimate Instagram account now with my nice little check mark. So Creative Care Corner, thank you again. And I appreciate you all so much too. Thank you. Anyway, have a wonderful day, friends, and have a wonderful weekend, and have a healthy, safe, and happy and making life. Love you all. Take care. Bye-bye.